bullying that is involved somehow.
Welcome back guys to my channel, and yes, but like you love the news. Anyways, I think I'm coming to the end of this whole thing because wow. But before, I think I wanna talk. There's something that I've left out from the previous videos. Bana, once you, I feel bana, once you get to date a pastor, bullying that is somehow involved, and the bullying might not only come from the leadership, might not only come from yeah, but I feel as if from people around you, like the expectation that like they expect too much from when, and there are certain things that you can't just do. You can't just even be yourself in a way, you understand? You can't just be yourself, because kunabantu who are always like, why would you say that? Why would you act like that? Why would you wear that? Because you are dating a pastor. So hence in the city, I feel there's a bullying, but it goes beyond that. It goes beyond abantu who are around you. It comes isukana even with the person that you are with. Like, that's the honest truth. And I'm not saying all of them they're like that. I'm not saying all the ladies have experienced that, but I feel as if the person that you are with, sometimes they bayabulisha. They will expect you to sleep at a certain time. They will expect you to leave the church at the same, like at a certain time, and you don't go with so and so. Okay, with others it wasn't like that, but I think with me it was like that. You don't go with so and so because so and so doesn't have the vision, so you will be distracted and everything. So hence in this, when I feel there's so much bullying, and it goes beyond, it goes to even the point of abanye, like the person you with with the way that you are, like and everything. Again, fortunately I did not experience that part of bullying, but I feel now I was also bullied. Like honestly, the person that was with Evan Bulisha, and it's like they box you, like they box you. You can't even think for yourself. You can't even think for yourself. The only thing that matters, it's what they say, because bona they are pastors, so whatever they say it matters, whatever they say it goes. For when you can't even voice out your own opinions because they don't matter. I think they don't matter, so the only thing that are right, it's what they say. So I feel lanto does not leave you. It doesn't. Like you grow, and it corner, and now that you are old, and it's hard to do izinto ezithile, because it's like, oh kanene, yeah, but you are inside that box, and it doesn't only take a year, it doesn't only take one day or a week or whatsoever for you to come out from that box. Like it takes forever for some people, understand? So I feel those are the other thing, like those are the, it's the other side, it's the other bad side, if I may say, that we never talk about. Bana, we go through bullying. We went through bullying. I don't know, but it's like we've experienced bullying within the relationships that we were in, and another person may ask, "Bana, then why didn't you leave?" It's not just, you can't just wake up and be like, "I don't want to be in this relationship anymore." Yeah, understand? So, and you always hoping when I'm man, things are gonna change. Understand? I think nyan when you are, even like with bullying, you're is being abused, yeah, better, so into like general. It's so hard. We always blame those people, but why you and everything. It's not easy, because even Tina that were bullied emotionally, we stayed. we stayed, and ke ngoku, after some years, we're still suffering from the bullying that we went through. You still get to sit down and be like, yo, Kanene, I went through this. I was not allowed to do this. I was not allowed to say this. You understand? So it's like box that with the person that you were with the person that said loves you, with the person that said he wants to marry you. Yeah, so I think it's things that we don't even talk about. Some of us, like some people, I know some ladies that went to the extent of into that but because of, you understand that, because of the whole drama thing, because of the whole bullying, if I may say, bullying that the person went through, and that is never said. That is never said. We don't talk about that. Understand? We always talk about the bad side of the church. We always talk about the bad side of the pastor who ended my relationship. We always talk about the bad side of whatever, the bad side of the process when you're dating a pastor. We never talk about the experience within the relationships that we were in. You understand? We never talk about that. And like, it's so sad that within those relationships we went through bullying. Umdu talks to you anyhow, like it's funny anyhow, and you're like, who's it? And I think the one that always stands out for me is that you are in a relationship with this person, but the minute he's with his colleagues, like, he doesn't know you. He calls you sissy. For me, it doesn't make sense. I mean, you my guy, you know. It doesn't make sense. And as was it's things that we laugh about, we don't talk about them, but it's things that really affected some of us. I'm not saying everyone. It's things that really affected some of us, and zange sathetha ngazo. Do you understand? So I think it's something that I really wanted to highlight before I end this series. So it's something that I really wanted to highlight. But we are some of us, we're still working on ourselves to unlearn izinto that we were taught within our relationships that weren't really, we understand that they weren't really for us, but because at that time we were there. And the honest truth is that I remember I was having a conversation with one of the ladies that was also dating a pastor, that we don't mention with everything that has happened, whether you ended up getting married or you were cut, like your situation was like mine or whatsoever, we enjoyed. I think we don't talk about that. See, we are busy focusing on the bad side and everything. We enjoyed, we got a chance to be taught izinto that some people, some females within the church, they don't know. And this was in the we don't even say. Let's say about the bad side. We cut a relationship. Like my future was okay. Yes, that happened. We are not gonna run away from the truth. That happened, and it destroyed many of us. But when we were there, we enjoyed. When we were there, we learned. And today we are who we are because of like the things that we learned with those separated meetings. And we learned some of the things that we learned that we weren't taught in our homes. That's the honest truth. Some of the things we got to experience when we were there. So that's something that we never talk about. We never talk about. And here's why. I don't know why, but it's the truth. Okay, it's my truth. Let me put it like that. It's my truth. That some of the things that I was never taught at home by my mom, by my parents, I got to learn them when I was there as the girlfriend of the pastor. And that's a great thing. And until today, some of those things, dihamba nazo. Do you understand? So I feel, yeah, I don't know, it's like, okay, I won't say it's the truth, but it's my truth. So I guess I can say so is that when I was there, I was enjoying. let alone of what happened after, let alone what happened during, let alone what happened in my relationship and so on. Even because whatever that happened, okay, it was cut and whatever, then we decided to continue. As I was saying on the previous video, we will continue. But whatever that happened after that was no longer in the hands of the church. It happened and we decided to, okay, this is not working. And we're like far from each other. We're in different provinces and it wasn't working. I don't know how many times did we break up basic relationship. After everything, we still continued, but I don't know how many times we broke up because of it was so much, I think it was so much pressure. It was so much pressure because at the same time you're like abantu the people you it's like, and the husband, people are expecting you, they don't firstly the expectation is that you can't break up, because the minute you break up with this person, they're gonna be like, oh, you only liked him because he was a pastor, so that means you never loved him, you only loved the position. And people don't know what is happening within those relationships. And some people feel as if, okay, now that, so I might as well. But because you can't, because there are people who are like, oh, you can't do that, you can't, oh, you're doing that, because you did not like him, you did not love him, you love the position, you love the idea that you're going to be the wife. And it's not that, it is not that. Understand? So you get to make decisions sometimes because abantu, you understand? It's like, okay, just to avoid the drama, so let me. And those are the things that we never talk about. You understand? Because even with this whole serious thing, already people are asking me weird questions. Do you understand? Doesn't, for me, Andy, I don't understand people. I don't understand how people think. Understand the expectations about, oh, just because you're dating a pastor, or just because you're an assistant, there are things that you can't. Why? You understand? So I think that's what I've left out. So to conclude from the previous video, okay, after we decided to continue to date, okay, things for some time they were good but I think the pressure of, because for me it was, nothing has changed, like honestly, okay, besides that the person is no longer a pastor, but other than that nothing has changed. I still, like, we can continue getting married, like according to the plans that we had. But I think the person say his mind changed, but definitely his behavior changed. Because whenever we had to speak about, okay, what can we do next, like to build up for the future, he always avoid that topic. So he always avoided until I was like, okay, I guess this is not happening, so we might as well, because like akunamkhondo, do you understand, akunamkhondo, and is avoiding the topic of the future. But when they were talking about this thing every day, so for me it's like, what has changed? Because I've got the wedding dress, the rings, like everything, almost everything is here. And come, like, it was not even about that. We could even go to 6 o'clock in the morning and stand on top of the altar and everything is done. But I guess the other person had the other plans, but he never wanted to speak about, because the plans that we had exist, if I may put it like that. So by the way we decided, I was like, okay, for us to be in peace and be happy and be able to not look at each other with, you understand, would rather, we'd rather end it while kusasemnandi and everything. And still with that, everyone was like, and why did you do this? Why? Like, people don't understand what, not that they deserve to know, but I think it's more of, stay away. Like it happens about, but just understand. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for following. Thank you for so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for share. Like, why you always leave us hanging. Anyways, that's it. So the ending is that we ended up breaking up, like for real, and but we're still good friends. We're still good friends. We still talk. Yeah. So I guess that's it, guys. Bye.